Welcome to another edition of Friday at 420. My name is Mike Nabuurs. I'm your host for the next 40 minutes as we make you laugh with some great local Hamilton comics. Let's get right into it. I don't even want to waste time with a whole lot of how you doings because there's no point. We got to get right to the game today. So there's Patrick Coppolino. There's Manolis Zontanos.
Buongiorno.
Yeah. Oh, buongiorno, Patrick. How are you?
I am good.
I see. Okay, Patrick wants.
That's some good news.
How you doing, Patrick?
I'm good.
All right, man.
I got my license.
You got your license?
My beginners.
Tell me about that experience, because you're not really a beginner. You've already had a license before.
Yes.
And now, was it
and then
difficult going back?
No, I passed my test 100%.
Wow.
Didn't even study.
Didn't
even study. It's like riding a bike,
Which
except
is like every
it's
other
a car.
test in your life. You never studied.
But I think what helped was when we got there, Manolis took me to the drive test center.
Right.
And there was the woman there behind the counter, and she was going over my paperwork, and she goes, "Oh, Patrick Coppolino." She's like, I recognize your name from somewhere. And then she goes, "Oh, you're a comedian." And I'm like, "Oh, have you seen me before?" She goes, "No, but I listen to Funny 820 every Friday." Yeah, and then I was like, I was so excited because I got to be like, "Oh, and that's Manolis." So it's like, which is funny because it's like, are you guys always together?
That's right. Yeah, really. Right?
But
awesome.
yeah, and then I passed. So I think she put a
good word in
put
for
a good
the
word
Friday
in.
at 420 crew.
Yes.
Nice.
So thank you.
Do you remember her name?
I'm see. I was gonna say I'm not gonna say her name because she works for the government and stuff. But that's just my polite way of saying I don't remember what her name is.
It's all good.
But thank you if you're listening.
To the young lady that works at the drive center who helped our friend Patrick out. Thank you so much, because now he can drive Manolis around instead of the other way around.
Yeah.
Isn't that right, Manolis?
Oh, that would be amazing.
Say hi to Manolis Zontanos, everybody.
Hello, Manolis.
How are you? Take a knee.
Take an ease. Take an ease. I'm going to go to Greece and say, take a knee, take a knee. What? What's wrong with you? Throw him out. Do you know the one thing about that driver thing? I thought, great, now I can get Pat to drive and I can just get drunk. I can't be drunk.
No. I know. As long as he's a learner, right?
Yeah, yeah. So what's the point?
Yeah.
Why? What do you think I took you there?
8 months.
In 8 months, yeah, I can get drunk? That's not good.
In 8 months, you can get drunk.
And side note, I bought you a gift the other night.
No.
Yeah, off the internet.
What?
Well, I'm gonna give it to you on the air, but
dude, I don't want a fleshlight.
No, if you want my old one, you can have that.
Oh. Listen, let's get our special guest in here. We'll just gonna change subjects as fast as I can. Please welcome to the show for the very first time. We've wanted to have you in as a guest for a long time now. We finally managed to do it. Everybody say hello to Black Zeus.
Hello. Oh,
nice.
That's
you got your own intro music.
Yeah, that's just me. I'm a one-man army.
That's it. You're killing it, man.
Yeah,
How
man.
are you?
I'm great.
That's awesome.
Thank you, sir. How are you?
You know what? I am fantastic, and thanks for asking. They never ask.
Wow.
Really nice of someone to ask how I am. You and I met years ago, right? In the clubs, and you were killing it then, and you're still killing it now.
6 months into comedy.
Yeah, you had just started, and it was part of our "So You Think You're Funny" contest at Funny 820 when we launched the station. That was 7 years ago.
You know what's funny? As a concept, quick story. That was my first competition. I was 6 months into comedy. I got drunk. Because I was nervous, because I was the last comic on the contest.
Oh, right.
I invited a bunch of people out. I bombed, obviously.
I was bombed, and I bombed.
Bombed. And then you guys gave me a consolation prize for some reason. You gave me a bottle of wine.
Oh, nice.
And I have not cracked that bottle of wine. I promised myself I won't crack it until something major happens in my career.
Excellent. So, something to toast the next major accomplishment.
Yeah.
Good for you, man.
That's my second favorite bottle of wine.
I think today's the day. This is a pretty big deal.
I mean, it's come full circle. I'm on Funny 820,
You're on Funny
man.
820.
Yeah, I think we should.
It took 7 years.
Let me just go back to Toronto real quick, grab it. We got time?
How's the comedy business treating you?
Man.
You enjoying it?
Yeah.
You enjoying your trip?
And it's like all of it. I'm enjoying the challenges of like doing this independent in this country specifically.
Yeah.
And then, I don't know, it's been like the most rewarding thing.
That's awesome.
But I attribute, I thank Hamilton for a lot of that.
Got the push going, right?
Hell yeah.
Where are you from originally?
Man.
From all over.
Do we have 3 hours? I'm Ethiopian. My parents are Ethiopian. I was born in Greece.
Okay.
And then I grew up here in Canada.
Wow.
I lived in Hamilton for like 15 years. This is where I started comedy with Pat and Manolis. I pointed at Manolis when I said Pat.
I believed in you. Remember? He started in a sketch troupe called Aunt Frances.
And he said, you got to stop.
And out of those, there was 3 or 4 of them. And I said, if anyone's going to do it, it's this guy. And now he's the only one still doing stand-up.
Yo, but Devin's doing some awesome stuff. And you know what? Matt's got his business going.
I know what I said.
Serena looks like he's a homeless guy from showed up in New York off the bus. You know what I mean? Like, and Devin's amazing. Yes. No, he's a great guy. He's a great guy.
We did some work with Matt. He's got Hub of the Hammer.
You know what, man? He's doing real things for the actual community.
We're gonna have him. I keep forgetting to ask him to do it. You know what I mean? But
all right. Listen, let's do what we do here. It's Friday at 4:20. We got a little game. We got 12 random topics.
Wait. Can I just sorry to cut you off real quick because you guys do that. I listen to you guys, right?
Right.
And this whole thing with the 420.
Yeah.
None of you guys.
It's a time slot.
Well, I just want you to know that I've slipped edibles into all your meals.
Oh,
that's why you're here.
First 420 episode.
420 at 420. Listen, with the way the game's played, and you know this, Black Zeus, we've got 12 random topics for you. We've got the Plinko board all set up. Black Zeus, please get up and drop a Plinko puck.
Yes, sir.
And get us a topic so we can get this episode of Friday at 420 going. There he goes. He selects slot 3 to drop it in.
Number 2.
He ends up with topic number 2. Black Zeus, your first topic on Friday at 420.
Yes, sir.
The Stoned on Edibles edition. If you were a woman, what guy would do it for you?
Man, you guys are really trying to kill my career before it starts.
Yeah, what guy would do it for you?
Would do it for me.
Yeah, what guy is, just a guy you go, well, that's handsome,
I have to
cool.
go back into the black community after this.
Sure.
They're going to have a lot of questions.
Yes, they will. We all have lots of questions.
And then you know what? I'm going to go classic, smooth with it. I'm going to go Denzel. Give me a...
nice.
Hey, Black Zeus.
Denzel's a very cool dude.
He's a suave...
Yeah.
He's a suave individual, I guess. Now I'm just like trying to think about his features. Like, you guys got me on a weird train of thought. All right.
Black Zeus goes full Denzel. What about you, Manolis Zontanos?
It goes full Denzel.
Yeah, full Denzel. What are you doing?
I was gonna say Brad Pitt, but you know what? Denzel. Yeah.
Hey! Yo, we'll ask him if he's in it too.
Well, if the rumors are true, right?
What?
You know the rumors.
I don't. I just know the ones about Julia Roberts.
Not about him, about, down there.
What?
Oh,
man.
I just think he's saying...
I'm trying to say penis. I'm trying to say...
I hear what you're saying.
I only pick Brad Pitt because he's been with Jennifer Aniston. So,
I thought you were going to tie this into his new movie, Ad Estrada.
Ad Estrada.
But
Brad Pitt, shout out to Ad Estrada.
One passed by me.
Ideally, I would just like, if I was a woman, I would like to have nothing to do with men then, and just go right to women.
Oh, there's a good card to play.
Yeah, buddy, I probably would like to. I'd probably have a better
cheating.
I know, but I probably could get more women as a woman than as a man. Well, I'm very lonely, Patrick. All right, these are my answers. I know what I said.
Patrick Coppolino, save us from the torment. If you were a woman, what dude would do it for you?
First of all, I'm offended. I was sitting right here the whole time.
Yes.
You both had the opportunity to say me.
Go full Coppolino.
But
I've been in questionable situations with you.
Yes. Oh.
Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds. Good choice.
He's Canadian. He's got a great sense of humor.
Very
charming.
What was that show that he was on the boat? So that was Ryan. Oh, that's Ryan Gosling.
Gilligan's Island.
Ryan Gosling, Ryan Reynolds. We're full of great Canadians named Ryan.
They're both, yeah.
Yeah, they're both Canadian. Absolutely. All right, Manolis, let's get up there and drop a Plinko puck. Now that we've outed you all, let's see what's up next on this Friday at 4:20 with Black Zeus, our special guest.
That's me.
Number 3.
Number 3. Here we go. Topic number 3 for Manolis Zontanos. Are you more likely to cheer for an underdog or the champion?
The underdog, obviously.
You're an underdog guy?
I love the underdog.
You always want the underdog to win?
Yeah, I think because I don't feel like a champion, so therefore,
You are the underdog.
I'm going to root for the person that reminds me of me. You know
are
what I mean?
always the underdog.
Yeah. I always feel like that.
I get that. Sure.
I always feel like I'm walking
interested
through.
to see if this whole room goes the same way here. I mean, there's no champions in this room that I can tell. Patrick.
This is cold-hearted up in 820, man. What is this?
It's very mean.
This is my second favorite.
Patrick Coppolino, underdog or champion? Who are you cheering
Underdog.
For? Yeah?
Yeah. It's also a great move on the swing.
Oh, the underdog. Yes. Absolutely.
I'm a dad.
Yes. Can you tell? Can you tell I'm a dad? I do the underdog. Yeah, my kid loves it. Excellent. Black Zeus, are you going with the champions or are you an underdog fan?
Situational.
Situational. Excellent.
I gotta gauge the situation. See, I'm a fight fan. See, you see, I'm a fight fan. See,
okay.
I like to watch the fights there, eh? Yeah.
And what happens there?
Sometimes
you stick with your guy, whether he's a champion or not.
Yeah, right. It's like you've been riding with someone, so you start with someone when they're an underdog,
always.
But then you abandon them when they're a champion?
Yeah.
Yes.
You did.
Yes.
Just immediately.
See?
I'm out.
I don't want to see the same guy win all the time.
It's lonely at the top.
Yeah. I get what you're saying, though, because it depends on, like, I always think in sports, right? I mean, in sports teams and in, like, the Patriots. Like, if you were a Patriots fan before they were the Patriots, then once they become these dominant champions for, like, 5 or 6 seasons in a row, well, you're going with your team, right?
No, that's not excusable. You need to stop that.
You need to stop that
Pats
right
fans,
now.
I'm not even a sports fan. I know about Pats fans. That's a big bandwagon.
That's Boston people.
I know, but they say that. But see, I'm not a sports fan either, so I hate when people.
But we're the most qualified to talk about sports then.
Yeah. No, but like,
don't know
why?
anything about it.
But like, people get mad at you for like rooting for the team that's doing the best. Is that not the reason to root for them?
That's absolutely.
Why would I root for a bad team just because they were my team 10 years ago?
Well, because most of us were raised Leaf fans. Yeah. So there you go. Patrick Coppolino, get up there and drop a Plinko puck, my friend. Here we go. Friday at 420. Black Zeus, our special guest.
That was a good joke.
Oh, well, thank you, my friend.
Because I'm like, I don't know anything about sports, and I got it.
Yes. And now, do you guys, I know, Manolis, you had mentioned to me, you and Black Zeus here are both have some Greek heritage.
I was born in Greece.
You were born in Greece?
Yeah.
Manolis was not born in Greece, but his parents were?
You're
more Greek than he is.
I'm more Greek than him.
Yeah.
If I go back for too long, they'll put me in the military.
Really? Eh?
Well, both of us.
You got to serve.
Oh, you don't have to be born there for that to.
Well, I'm Greek, so if I stay,
it doesn't matter. Eh?
If you're Greek and you stay for more than 6 months, I've always wanted a movie around that. Basis like you lose track of time, and next thing you know, you're in the Greek army. And then
it's like Stripes with Bill Murray, yeah.
Right? But the difference is, like, I don't know about you, but I can't speak Greek, so you're like in the Greek army. You'd be like, we'd be 2 guys in the Greek army. We should do it with us.
It could be the really broke, really less funny versions of what's Pryor and
Richard Pryor and Gene Wilder.
And Wilder,
yeah,
will be the Greek versions.
There you go.
I want to be Richard Pryor.
Fair enough.
That works perfect. That will work perfect. What topic did you get, Patrick?
8.
Topic number 8 on this Friday at 420. Topic number 8 is. Do you a little comedy question? Do you have a funny? So what I want to get at here, and I don't know how best to describe it, but some bit, some thought, some story or something that you just kept working on because you thought it was funny and the audience just never did. Has there been a bit or a story that you had to give up on that you just had to go, you know what, this thing's just never going to work, but I just love the story myself?
Yeah, I have a special called Too Much Information.
Yes.
That I'm still working on it.
You're still working on it.
Yeah, I can't think of one off the top, but yeah, there's definitely, I know for sure there's been something that I keep trying.
Yeah.
Or there's something that, like, you guys notice, like, you have bits that, like, half the time they work, and when they work, they kill, and when it doesn't work, it really doesn't work. But, like, it's not even like you're doing anything different.
No.
It's and then you have to decide whether to just give up on it.
And then you worry about necessarily, especially if a bit's maybe a little bit longer, the story's a little bit longer, starting down a road. You know what I mean? Like, you start down a road with a story and you go, this story, I don't know if it's going to work. And then you're in, right? Or you're invested in that story. You're got to go to the distance.
Oh, yeah. You have to commit.
Yeah.
There's a lot of those moments where you start something and they're not into it. And you're like, well,
we're going.
In your head, you're like, I'm finishing it.
We're going, people. Manolis, what about you? You got any bits you've had to give up on over time?
I gave up on one bit, and it was like, It was just an old story. When I was a lifeguard, I tell these kids like how when I was like 5 years old, I watched too many cartoons and I saw a cat's tail through a fence. And like in the cartoons, they always pull them through the fence. And I'm like, I guess I just took it too literally. And I snuck up and I got the cat's tail and I tried to pull it through the fence. And so the cat was like, every time I pulled the cat, was like, right?
Yes.
Like, and it was like, I'm telling these 10-year-olds and 7-year-olds kids like the story, and they're like literally on the floor crying laughter.
Like, yes.
So I'm like, oh, I'm gonna
try.
This
is gold.
This is gold. I'm gonna try this on stage at Yuck Yucks in Toronto.
Yeah, with adults.
So in front of a bunch of adults, I tell the exact same story. Dead silence.
No,
Dead silence. Like I'm like.
Now you're like an animal abuser.
Sir, but they were all. Yeah, I was like, first of all, I was 5 when it happened.
Okay. So
but
now you're
second,
trying to
like,
backpedal.
But as I was doing it, the audience, like one Matt Bill and a hilarious comedian was in the audience that night, like in the back room. And he was like dying laughing because I'm just going down a horrible.
Yes.
Like it's like I've never tanked so hard in my life. People were so mad at me for telling the story.
And then even worse, right? I mean, you tell a story and it's just not that funny or doesn't work out that funny or whatever. That's fine. But this actually got the audience irate. So now trying to win them back over. It was over.
It was over. I'm like, and it was like I've never ever done that story on stage again. Like I was like, done. The people are always right, you know?
People are always right. What about you, Black Zeus? Story that you loved that you just haven't been able to sell, or what do you got?
Oh man, the 420 is backfiring, man. I'm blanking.
Really, eh?
I feel more like Pat. Like it's this thing is like a blur at this point.
Right.
Because you're just so used to throwing things at the wall and seeing what works, and it's kind of I can't think of one specific thing. There's so many that I know I've tried that are just. I'm like, ugh.
What about when you start walking down the road and it's not working? When you start into something and you're going, this is not.
I stick by the rule of thirds. I'll give it 3 solid tries, and if I don't think that it's moved any sort of like forward direction, then I'll just stop. For
that's cool. Yeah.
Well,
give it a break. Maybe.
Again, I learned that from the Hamilton comedy scene.
Early on, you had that bit about some lady giving you crap about smoking around her baby.
Oh my god! I animated
and then
that.
your punchline was like flicking the cigarette in the baby's face, and
like
you could never get people to like it.
Yo, I forgot about.
But you did that one a lot. That was the rule of 26s.
I had nothing.
See, you were married to that. You see, that's exactly what I was after. Was the one that you couldn't give up because you thought it was so funny, and it just.
You know what's sad about that? I blocked that out of my memory, but I was so into that bit, I had it animated.
You should bring it back.
You never
should release it like from the dungeon.
For the sake of the audience listening to Friday at 420 right now, you never did actually flick a cigarette at a baby, did you?
No.
Okay,
no.
good. All right. Woo.
In the animation, I
didn't want emails.
It was cool too because we changed the baby's face into an ashtray. It looked great. It was really cool.
Nice.
But the joke was trash. The joke was absolute garbage.
Black Zeus, get up there and drop a Plinko puck as we continue on Friday at 420.
Yes, sir.
Our Friday afternoon love fest for Hamilton Comics. Get out and support Hamilton Comedy as much as you can. Go out to the open mic nights.
Number 4.
Help support the great comics working in this city.
I'm really broke, so I can't afford a voice demo reel. Can I just take the next 30 seconds to do like a few voices? I'll just edit this out.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, we're here to help you, man, any way we can. Chris, go ahead. Feel free to drop
I'm absolutely joking.
I know Patrick likes to do his Homer Simpson once in a while.
You still do Homer?
He's getting that
Me
done
and
for
Pat would literally sit in a
real.
room, just do Homer back and forth to each other.
Well, let's do it right now. Who's got it?
Okay, you got to start.
Okay, do that.
Funny 20.
Bart!
That's terrible.
I'm tanking.
All right, you know what? Hey, what?
He said he could do my voice.
No. Well,
all right.
That really backfired.
Black Zeus, this is your topic, my
Okay.
friend. If you were a teacher, what subject would you teach?
Oh, man. Okay.
What subject would you teach the youngins?
Yo, it'd be something technical, which I'm not qualified for, so I'm going to change that.
That's perfect.
I'll just... I love technology, but I'm not qualified to teach it.
Okay.
I just kind of broke things and put them back together.
All right.
Something arts related.
Yeah?
Yeah, not comedy though.
No, not comedy. You can't do. They don't have comedy class in high school.
In the future, they
They
might.
should. They should.
Watch out, Humber.
What about geography? History? No.
I mean, I
No,
know I'm
English?
I know I'm trying. You know what? I'm teaching drama.
Drama. Nice.
That makes the most sense.
You know what?
I'll show everybody my Homer Simpson impression.
Yeah,
They'll be so inspired.
They would kill, brother. Manolis, what are you teaching?
Sex ed. And then
Why'd you look right at me?
Should've
Why'd you
saw
look
that
dead
coming.
in
And
my
then-
soul?
because I need to teach you about sex.
Hey.
Sex ed and then drama second because drama always comes after sex.
Sure it does. There's always
Ah,
drama
no.
after the sex.
That was the most poetic
And-
thing I've heard in a long time.
And then third, I would teach wood shop because I just love the smell of wood.
Well, and you're actually pretty handy with the hammer and nails.
All those things are
I'm pretty good
sex-related.
with my hammer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, you're back to sex ed again. How did that work? Patrick Coppolino, what course are you teaching at the local high school?
The comedian in me would want to teach history,
Oh, yeah.
but
you like-
I'd make up my own past.
Oh,
you
that's-
have to. You
Oh,
can't.
man, a bunch of misinformed youth.
Oh, that would be
Yeah.
fantastic.
Also, I remember when I was in high school, my history teacher, I think his name was Mr. Ermacora, and he was like, everyone liked him. He was a cool teacher, but
Yep.
part of why he was cool was like his tests were always like 10 questions long, and they were just like single word answers.
Super
Yo,
easy.
shout out to
So
those
easy.
teachers, man.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
like you
Respect
learn
to those
stuff.
teachers.
Yeah.
What about
But-
the teacher that you used to draw penises on his desk?
Oh, Mr. Valentin, my
You
wood
guys
shop
used to do
teacher.
this?
That was woodshop, Manolis. That could have
Yeah.
been you.
Yeah.
That was wood shop.
That's a long story, and he'll probably sue us. So
Let's not go there. Whose turn is it to Plinko Puck here?
Mine.
I think Black Zeus just went, so now it's up to my good friend Manolis Zontanos is up at the board. He's
I like that
dropped
you
the
say my
Plinko
full
Puck.
name every time.
Black Zeus.
I like it.
I love Black Zeus.
Well,
That's
what
a
if you
great
just said
handle.
black?
Or Zeus, you know what I mean? There's
What do your friends call you?
I don't hear my actual name anymore, which is yours. There's a lot of us, Mike.
Yeah. Well, it's the same as me.
Yeah,
He's Mike Neighbors.
I am Mike Neighbor. I mean, I am Black Mike Neighbors.
The Black.
That's my progressive.
That's awesome.
That's my next station.
Where did the name Black Zeus come from? How did you just land on that?
I was born in Greece, and both my parents are Ethiopian, and that's literally. I was like, yo, I like the throwback to the stage name. I don't know why, but I just really do.
Yep.
And I wanted to just embrace the heritage.
Yeah.
And
So Black
I
Zeus.
was also really naive.
Okay.
Because you don't realize what you're setting yourself up for as a new comedian.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, you suck.
Yeah.
And then I was the guy that not only just sucked, but I was the guy with a stage name that sucked. So it took me like twice as long to get out of that.
Well,
hole.
because there's this whole, right? I mean, the
Yeah.
thing, oh, look, he's got a stage name. He doesn't
Yeah.
even, I
But I'm
I get
very
that.
happy. I
But-
used it from literally my first set.
and I think
never
it's
changed
yes, and I will tell you that despite the fact that you went through the hardship, I think it's wise. I think it's wise to have something catchy about it, right? That name's something memorable, because then people will remember. Manolis Zontanos. I mean, that's a hell of a made up name. That's for a guy named Steve Smith, that's pretty
My
incredible.
actual original stage name. I have a bunch of names that didn't make the cut, and Black Zontanos was actually one.
Black Zeus.
I didn't know Manolis at the time.
MCs sometimes will say to me, like, apparently you go by one name. I'm like, no, not really. It's like they think
think
like
the whole
Manolis. This goes. A lot of comics will just introduce me as Manolis. I'm like, you can say my last name. It's up to you. It's like, and then they're like, what's your last name? I go Zontanos. It's like, oh, we'll just go with Manolis. Yeah, exactly. It's not me. I don't have an ego.
I thought for sure they were just going to run the whole thing into one big word. Manolis Zontanos. Manolis Zontanos.
Yeah.
Hey, all right.
Number 10, dude.
Number 10, dude. Thank you. Excellent. How's the Ryan Coke going there?
Good, actually.
Wow. Cop neighbors over here.
He's very progressive. Actually, he doesn't care about anything.
I'm the corporate incarnation of the corporate world here.
Blow
in
into
room.
this black box, Manolis.
Yes, exactly. Manolis. Oh, here's an interesting topic for Manolis.
Oh, it's gonna be educational, isn't
Well,
it?
you know what? I would like each of you, because I know each of you has had a run-in with the police.
Wait, whoa. How do you know each of us? Mike Neighbors?
Well,
Yes.
Black Zeus.
I don't know, Black Zeus.
You're not wrong, but I hate you regardless.
You know why, Black Zeus? It's not for why you think. It's because you're a comedian. Every comedian's had a run-in with the cops.
Yeah.
And for some reason, comedians just end up in that situation. Manolis, talk to me a little bit about a run-in you had with the police.
I'll do something shorter.
Yeah.
I recently.
Definitely.
I know.
shorter.
He know. Well, neighbors knows my life.
I know some stories.
Yeah, so it's like they are very.
One of the very first episodes of Friday at 420, you told the story about running the border.
Running the border. I ran the border.
Yeah, so we've heard some stories.
Yeah, I recently, the border police, I recently ran into with them again not that long ago. Again, like I driving, I forget where I was going. So when I go to fly out of Buffalo, I just leave my car at the long-term parking there.
Yeah.
This is awesome. It's like $10 a day. And then as I was going, I go at 4 a.m. because my flight's like 6 or something like that.
Yeah.
So I go through, and I'm there. I'm on the other side, and there's all the things where you drive through to talk to the border cops. They're all chained up, all of them. Like there's no way to go.
Single one of them.
Every one. I'm like, what's going on? I'm the only one there.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what is going on?
They're not letting anyone into the U.S. now.
Yeah, is this closed? Like I can't believe this is happening. So then I kind of look to the right and I back up a bit and I see that there's only one open. It's the far right, and I didn't see it when I first pulled in. So I backed up, which is bad.
Oh, never back up at the border. Never back up at the border.
Right? But I literally had to because I drove right up to the chain.
You were too close, right?
Yeah. So I drive in and the guy goes, "Hey, so what was that?" I'm like, that's how he started talking to me. Takes my passport. What was that? What's that about? I'm like, hey man, I'm sorry, dude. I kind of
like 4 a.m.
Yeah,
I'm half asleep.
I didn't see the chains. Like, yeah. So you're telling me you thought you just didn't see that? You just thought that's how it works? What you just did? It's like super mad. Like I'm like, oh, this guy money or something, right? And I go, listen, dude, I don't know what to tell you. I'm just an idiot. I go like that right to. I go, I'm an idiot. And he goes like, because that's what he wanted. Like, he wants to go. What is this guy? An idiot? Like, and I'm like, so I gave it to him. He's like, and he gives me the passport. He goes, just go. Just go. I've had so many just goes from the border.
I just don't want to deal with you.
I had my passport.
Awesome.
I go into Canada. I had my passport in my trunk, and I forgot it was in my suitcase. He goes, passport, and I'm like, I'm going back to Canada. He's like, oh man, dude, it's in my trunk. It's like, do you want me to get out and get it? He goes, what? He goes, just go.
Just go.
I should be smuggling people or
you
something.
Should just, you know what? You're just looking forward to another just get out of here.
Yeah.
Patrick Coppolino. That was running with the border police. I don't care. Border police, regular cops, security at the mall. Give me a run in.
Regular cops.
Okay.
I got arrested for breaking into my own house.
What?
It's a long story, but
classic Coppolino.
yeah, it's a true.
Ladies and gentlemen, settling for a nice classic Coppolino.
The long story short, I was in a situation where I had to break my window to get into the apartment.
Okay.
So I do that, and
what time of day is this?
This is about 3 a.m.
Yeah. That's probably going to look bad.
Yeah, and it's pouring rain, and I'm in my underwear.
Oh, yeah, the story gets better.
So I break the bedroom window. I start climbing in. Somebody calls the police on me, and now I know the police are coming. And so I try to clean up the glass, and I put my clothes on, and then all of a sudden I see all these flashing lights. And there's cops coming up the back entranceway, and they're like pounding on the door, and I can see them shining their flashlights in the windows.
Right?
Yeah. And I'm thinking like, I only have a few minutes before they either kick the door in or come through the window. So they're at the back entrance. So then I go, this is like on the 3rd floor of a house. So the only way into to the front, that's why they came up the back, because you can't get in the front without a key.
Right.
So I just like put my clothes on, and I just casually walk down the stairs. I walk out the front door. There's like 6 cop cars out front, and there's cops in them, but I just kind of walk by all confident. I nodded at them and just walked, and I see more like trying to run into the house. So they didn't know that I was the guy they were looking for. Wow. So then that happens. I just go away for like a few hours, and then I go back, and they're gone. And I think everything's fine until a few days later. I get a phone call that there's a police looking for me at Yuck Yucks.
Wow.
And this is on a Friday, and I wasn't there. I wasn't even close there to go there. So I was like, okay, I'll check in tomorrow. And I knew what it was about, obviously. So then on Saturday, I just kind of go down to the cop shop just to tell them I heard they were looking for me, blah, blah. They asked for my name, and then they're like, so they look up my name, and then they're like, they go, you're under arrest. Oh. And I was like, what? And then so I'm being charged with mischief under 5,000 for breaking a window to the place where I lived because I was locked out.
Yeah.
But do you think one of them asked me what happened? No questions. No questions. Just immediately arrest me. And luckily, I was there with a friend who saw me get arrested and stuff. So I get taken downstairs. I had no idea what was going to happen. But the friend I was with told Manolis what happened. And then I was this was like at 2 p.m. on Saturday. And then by like 10 a.m. Sunday morning, I was told I get a phone call. I had a phone call with an assigned lawyer thing.
Right.
And they kind of explained what happened. They're like, good news. It looks like you're going to get out today. They're like, someone's here for you from blah, blah, blah. They said his address. So I'm like, oh, Manolis is here to save me.
I had to wake up at like 7 a.m.
Here's Manolis' hardship part of the story.
There's do you know there's such a thing as video court?
Video court, yes.
So
you guys have shared the story of you getting him out of jail. We never heard how he ended up in jail.
Yeah, so there's like 10 guys in front of Patrick, all on TV, and me and this judge and this one lawyer. That's all that's in there. And then finally, like all of them going back to jail, going back, and then finally Pat. And it's like, oh yeah, this guy Manolis Zontanos is here. And Pat, I could see Pat. I wanted to videotape it so bad, but I was afraid of getting caught. And then next thing you know, you know what? Pat goes to jail too. Get this guy out of here, or I'll just end up in jail with him.
Yeah, exactly.
Relief.
Yeah. But instead, Manolis stood up for Patrick, and then the lawyer and the judge just said, "Just get out of here.
Just get out of here. Just get out of here."
Honestly, I don't know how people do years because I did 12 hours, and that was the longest 12 hours of my life.
Well, just a quick update for the police if they're ever looking for Patrick again. You won't find him at Yuck Yucks. You'll find him at Levity Comedy Club, levitycomedyclub.com. Black Zeus, give me a run-in.
You know what? I'll give you a nice classic Coppolino.
Oh, nice.
I'm not going to bait you, because this is actually this looks bad on me.
Was I involved?
You were definitely there with me. There were no cops involved.
Okay.
We brushed that one somehow. But you'll remember the story as I tell it. I go to watch this show. This is years ago. The statute of limitations is up on this.
Excellent.
I go to watch this show that I'm not on. There was another black comedian on the show, and there was a unlimited drinking tab at this show. That comedian did not drink. So maybe, wink, wink, I took advantage of that at the bar. Pat, maybe, wink, wink, gave me the idea to do so, and maybe, wink, 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 we got blackout drunk and walked out on this, which apparently wasn't an unlimited tab for comics. Apparently, there was a tab.
Oh.
You don't remember this yet?
Where was this?
This was
Augusta?
Stony Creek. I don't want to be too.
I know now.
Specific.
This is Eric Johnston's story.
So now we're wasted, and we're getting ready to get out of there. We're waiting for a bus, and then the friends of Eric Johnston, I guess we now outed this whole thing, saw us and recognized Pat. And they're like, "Oh my God, you were great! Da, 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 da. Do you want a cab ride with us?" We were trying to get downtown. We're all the way in Stony Creek. If you're familiar with the Hamilton area, it's like 40-minute bus ride.
Yeah.
And
a
then
15-minute
maybe
cab.
a 15-minute cab. So obviously we hop in this cab, and me and Pat are crammed in the back.
No, I was in the front seat. You were in the back with the two friends.
I was with them. Yeah. And I was up against the window, and I start, I can feel myself needing to Ralph. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, no.
And at this point, I'm already blackout. I don't know where I am, and turns out Pat didn't know either. And I throw up in the cab.
It was so gross. Just you heard the gurgle, like, and there's like two girls in the back that are freaking out.
Oh.
And instant smell.
Oh.
Yeah, I throw up in the cab and I wait, like I come back into reality in like on a side street up against a dark fence. Everybody's yelling at me. The cabbie's yelling at me.
Yeah, the cab driver's telling you to pay for it.
Yeah, he's telling me, you have to pay for this, Matt. You have to pay.
Yeah.
Da, da, da,
So
da.
then at one point we realized where we are. Because remember
No,
we were
wait, no, that didn't come till later. That didn't come till later. We still don't know where we are. We think we're far away from downtown, okay? And I swear to God, like, I puked on just the mat, on the floor mat. And do you remember a guy from behind a fence? There was like what turned out to be like a scrapyard or something, like a car lot right there. And it was like 2 a.m. in the morning. And this guy heard all this commotion. And he comes out from the darkness. What's going on here? Like a deep Russian. What is the problem here? I'm like, and everyone's telling me, see, this guy threw up in the cab. He threw up. I have a mat. And he had a mat.
He gave you
No, he was willing. He said, I'll just give you a mat. And me and Pat were like, look, this guy will give you a mat. No, you have to pay for it. You have to pay for it. With all this commotion going on, Pat's already talked to the girls. Like, whatever happened, they call another cab. They leave. It's me, Pat, this
And
weird
the
Russian
cab
guy
driver.
behind the fence, and the cab driver. Cab driver tells me I have to pay, so I'm like, okay, fine, I'll pay debit. Pat, at this point, crawls up to me, and he whispers, "You ready to run?"
Because I realized where we were.
Yeah, and I didn't at this
Yeah.
point, and I just nod in approval. And the cab driver handed me the debit machine, and I put my card in. I didn't punch anything in, and I look at the cab driver dead in the eyes. I slowly put the machine down on the ground. I take my card out, and we just run. We just run. I just follow Pat. Pat already started running, so we're gone. Long story short, we ended up in a stairwell somewhere in the middle of that street. And we would poke our heads up and we would see the cops calling up and down the street. They were patrolling the street.
Yes.
So we stayed in a stairwell like crackheads for what must have felt like hours, but it was probably only like 10 minutes.
Yeah, probably.
And then we get up out of the stairwell. We were downtown. It was
there.
amazing. We were like 5 minutes away from where we had to go.
Classic Coppolino.
Classic Coppolino. Well, this has been a classic episode of Friday at 420. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in and hanging out with us. Quickly, around the horn, how are we going to follow you on social media, Black Zeus?
Yeah, I'm at AKA Black Zeus. I got a bunch of stuff coming down the line. Please follow me and you will find out about it.
Excellent. And that's all your social media favorites, your Instagram, your Twitter.
I'm on Facebook and stuff, but you will find everything through Instagram.
AKA,
if you need me on Facebook, if that's how you are, I'm Black Zeus there. I'm Black Zeus on YouTube. And
He's
all that
Black
stuff.
Zeus everywhere.
Yeah,
and you
just
were an
look
awesome
up-
guest. Thank you so much
I
for hanging out
appreciate
with
you,
us,
man.
man. It was really cool. Manolis, go.
Hey, can you read this and promote this for me? Because I'm going to screw up my buddy's last name. He sells houses. And say his phone number. Paul. Can you read that?
Are you selling your plugs?
Sickness?
What?
Sickness?
To
Sickness? To sickness?
So, yeah, I think that's right. Yeah.
KW Edge Realty.
Yeah.
Keller Williams Edge Realty. Paul Tsiknius.
Yeah, that's
Sales
it.
representative 905-512-7358.
Remember,
Sounds
that's
like a
There you go,
last
Paul.
name.
he sells houses. And he's a rad dude.
There you go. He's just sells.
He buys them too. He buys them
He
too.
buys them, he sells them, and he's a rad dude, which was the most important part. He should open Rad Dude Realty. Rad Dude
Sicknius.
Realty. Yeah. It's obviously it's
It's
you guys-
Sicknius.
He's Greek.
Sicknius.
He's Greek, and I should be able just to say, but I'm like, I just figured I'm going to screw this up. Let's
Remember,
just do
the
it all
black
together.
one was the one that was born in Greece.
That's right, absolutely. Patrick Coppolino's looking through his card file. What, you got somebody you want to
Trying to see
plug?
which business cards I got in here.
Levity Comedy Club. Don't forget the shows. Wednesday night, it's amateur night. The last Monday of every month is Simpsons Trivia.
First Monday.
I said that. The first Monday of every month is Simpsons Trivia, and the pro shows are Friday and Saturday nights at Levity Comedy Club. You can visit levitycomedyclub.com, find out who's playing, how to get tickets, and get out and support local comedy in the Hamilton area. You got anything else? You want to? Or you can follow you, right?
Yes, at Levity Comedy Club.
At Levity
Or
Comedy
at
Club.
Pat Coppolino.
Or at Pat Coppolino.
Or at Wapolino's Kitchen. I'm cooking again.
Wapolino's Kitchen. You're cooking again. Well, we're going to have to explore that on the next episode of Friday at 420. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. We really, really appreciate it. And thank you so much for your great support of Hamilton Comedy. We're coming back in 7 days' time. And until we get a chance to talk to you then, have an awesome weekend. Woo!